call this July 11th meeting of the Riverside Township Board of Trustees to order. Please rise, and Trustee DeCassola, will you lead us in the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And Clerk Reyes, will you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Present.
Trustee DeCossola.
Present.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Present.
Trustee Carroll.
Absent.
Clerk Reyes, here. Supervisor Wilt.
Here. Very good. All right, we have a quorum. So the next order of business is the approval of minutes from the June 6th Committee of the Whole, which was the meeting of the Decennial Committee as well. What is your pleasure?
I move to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting on Tuesday, June 6, 2023.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Trustee Clark, second by Trustee DeCassola, to approve the minutes of the June 6th Committee of the Whole meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. All right, next we have the minutes of the June 13th Board of Trustees meeting. What is your pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the June 13th, 2023 meeting.
I have a motion to approve those minutes. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Trustee Heilenbach, seconded by Trustee DeCassola, to approve the minutes of the Riverside Township Board of Trustees meeting held on June 13th, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections?
I have corrections. On page 4, under Trustees Report, Trustee Clark, it shouldn't, Matt Buckley's official title is Director of Public Safety. So if you just change that to Director Matthew Buckley, and then in, also in the line under that starts with Trustee Heilenbach.
Oh, there
Should
is one.
show.
Director.
should
Director Buckley
To
is-
show their support for Director Buckley.
Okay, so we have a correction to the trustees' reports, the first and the second paragraph, changing the Riverside Fire Chief or Chief to Director. Are there any other additions or corrections? Hearing none, then with those corrections, all in favor of accepting those minutes as corrected, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Okay, and our next item is the report of, well, are there any communications? Sorry.
Yes, we have two communications. The first communication is a thank you note from Commissioner Constance Gardy, who is one of the commissioners on the Village of Riverside Historic Society.
Okay.
And she thanked Supervisor Wilt for her cooperation with the time capsule and the preservation of some of those materials for the display.
The original time capsule, that is,
The
that has
original.
been on display. Okay.
And then second item is a Best Buddies update from State Director Adam Wilt related to some of the activities that they've been engaged in for the summer. And we have it here. It talks quite a bit about a number of different things that they're working on, all these great work. If anyone's interested in reading it, we can share that with you.
Thank you very much. If that's all the communications, nothing needs any action, so we will move on to the supervisor's report. Although there isn't much on tonight's agenda, I've been very busy with residents and their issues. There were numerous inquiries and applications for general and emergency assistance, some related to the floods, others just in the regular course of business. Some cases engaged the CRC, and in some cases, I had to coordinate with the village due to landlord and living conditions issues. There have also been some encounters with residents that required extra patience. I have engaged a tree service to take down the one tree on Township right-of-way in Riverside Lawn that we discussed last month. It truly has felt like the township mission of social services was in full play the last few weeks. I believe the July 4th parades were all successful with lots of residents enjoying the beads. I've been approached again by the Cook County Sheriff's Office wanting to place a free medication drop-off box in the township. We're challenged in owning no land to place it and the building not being accessible enough hours. The conversation did, however, enlighten me that the county sheriff will also do a free one-day event for medication collection and electronics collection at the same time, and they'll also do a paper collection. However, they don't shred on the spot, and a lot of our residents do prefer that. So I think that it might be wise for us at our next or a future event, a shredding event, to invite them as their availability permits to have an electronics drop-off and a prescription drug drop-off as well at that time. So I'm going to search their website a little more carefully so far. They were just here yesterday, and I was not able to find exactly where they directed me, but we'll check that out, and if necessary, I'll call them to schedule something. Farmers market vouchers have been very slow to be redeemed, especially the last 2 weeks. As there is more food available, I'm sure there'll be more utilization. Last week, a storm came through just before they opened, and a couple of the vendors left, so there wasn't as much to do, but hopefully the weather will be more friendly to them for the rest of the summer. I believe that the TAC conference was very valuable. I think all of you who attended enjoyed it as well, and I especially look forward to utilizing some of the tips that those of you who attended the session on decennial committees gathered. That and some other topics can be addressed at the next meeting of the decennial committee, and I would like to just remind you that that next meets on Tuesday, August the 1st at 6:30. And that's all I have to report, but I'd gladly answer any questions. I've just been swamped with a lot of service opportunities.
Do you think we should have the shredding event and the prescription collection and the electronic collections all on the same day?
Well, they typically do all three at
Okay.
once,
Oh,
and they say
okay.
it's just a drive-through, just like we do.
Okay.
So I'll see. I don't know that they'll be available, but
Yeah.
I think that it's probably doable because, rather than having people bring out food pantry items, we certainly could do one or two more stations.
Okay.
I'll look into it further to make sure that there's enough room, but they were basically telling me, yeah, it's just a drive-through, so it really works, so
Okay.
we will take a look at that. It just so happened that Director Buckley was in the building when they were here, and he had, in the past, they had pitched this before. The thing is, they have a program right now for these drop boxes, free to townships. I said, the problem is we don't own any land, so I have no land to put it on, and to put it inside the building, it needs to have 24-hour surveillance, which our cameras could do, but the building isn't open that many hours, so I don't know. Last time Director Buckley was not too thrilled with the prospect of what additional things it might entail, but I'll take a look at it since it is free to townships and they were really pitching. They said, oh, a village can do it, but they have to pay for it. It's like, okay, maybe we can come to some kind of an agreement with the village since we don't own the land, that it could be outdoors and they would allow that to be placed under the auspices of the township. So, we'll see.
In LaGrange Park, as I recall, it was at the police station.
Most have it at the police station, but
Brookfield does too.
But
Got it in the
because
town-
our
town
police
hall.
station is no longer open 24 hours, everything goes through the dispatch, that's why Director Buckley is not too thrilled with that happening here. apparently North Riverside has just signed up for it, Brookfield has signed up for it, so two of our villages do have it at the police departments, but since Riverside doesn't have the door open 24 hours, that puts a crimp in that one. So,
Talk to the village, see if they want to split the cost with us.
we will see. Again, this is very fresh, it just came up yesterday, so,
Or give us permission to use the land outside.
right,
And then
exactly,
we could get it for free.
right.
Intergovernment agreement.
Of course.
No.
But I will explore that further,
Okay.
okay? And that's all I have to report. If there are any other questions, I'd be glad to answer them. If not, then let's move on. I thought the assessor might be here, but she's not, so let's go to trustee reports. Trustee DeCassola, do you have anything to report?
No report exactly, just great turnouts for the parades, and thank you again for the talk spring conference. It was a lot of good information that we got, so thank you for that.
Good, thank you. Trustee Clark?
Yes, the exercise, the senior exercise class continues to go well. I had a request that maybe we should start up some more senior meetings, the luncheons or other programs. So I was thinking maybe 4 to 6 a year,
Okay,
and we'll start maybe back up this fall.
that'd be good.
Okay, and also, I was approached to take a position on the top board, and I accepted.
Thank you for representing us. Any questions? Okay. Then trustee Hallenbach?
Just very briefly, we have a new board, officers. Adam Wilt is now our president. I am the vice president, and Kara Kalnitz is our treasurer. And we have nothing else going till September. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, then, we will move right along. Next item would be under new business. We have a special event request from Young Life for their banquet on Sunday, November the 5th. This is a recurring event, and they have been on best behavior, I would say, in most recent times. Some years ago, there were some issues, but they've been doing well. So what is your pleasure on that? This would be for November the 5th. It's an evening event. This is a fundraiser for them, as I recall, and this does require the board approval because they do plan to serve alcohol. It's more incidental. I think people bring their own, if I'm not mistaken. And so that would be a total of $800, auditorium rental, room 22 rental, kitchen rental, and then deposits for the use of the auditorium and the room 22, which are refundable if everything is in good order.
Make a motion that we approve the Riverside, Brookfield, Young Life, and Wildlife fundraiser for November 5th, 2023.
I have a motion to approve the request for special use by trustee Heilenbach. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee DeCassola. Any discussion? Hearing none, then this does involve money, so I would ask that there be a roll call vote.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee DeCassola.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes,
4-0.
motion is carried. Thank you. Next is a consideration of archiving of social media records. We have had numerous calls by this organization that does this for a lot of municipalities, apparently some townships as well. The issue is that apparently now social media posts, including any comments, are FOIable. And however, if somebody comments and withdraws it, we have no record of it. A company like this basically records everything.
Captures it.
It captures everything, and then they would then be able to respond to any FOIAs on this. There's a sudden influx of a lot of FOIA reports, as you probably heard before, and as a matter of fact, I know that the supervisors are going to be discussing this at our next TOC supervisors meeting as well. The only objection we have, it sounds like a really good idea. The trouble is that it's quite expensive, even though we are a very small user. We have very little, but their economy plan is almost $4,200 a year.
Is there any other companies that
Well,
do this?
I wanted to bring it up here because this is the proposal we have, and I'm sure there are lots of companies, because everybody's doing this kind of thing, and I can certainly inquire of others, but these folks came forward. I kind of wanted to know in principle if you would like me to research more of this.
Absolutely.
We have very little social media presence. We have a website and we do Facebook. So we don't do a lot more, but we never know
You
what's
never
going to
know
come
what's
up.
going to happen. You might as well make sure that we're safe on it. But I would suggest that you check around if you could, or have Andrew check around to see if we can find ourselves a little better price.
Okay. Does everybody agreed on that? I should go in search of more, yeah. I mean, I would not be comfortable at this point recommending this, this organization because it is such a large one. And we've gone back to them and said, can't you do better? I mean, this is how little activity we have on our social media, but that's their best deal. So maybe if others have the same complaint, they'll come up with a super economy plan or something, you know? All right, thank you very much. I wanted to bring that up. The next item of business would be that I would like to add one more person to our decennial committee on local government efficiency, and that would be Assessor Fran Sitkowitz. You have no objection. I am hereby appointing her to join that board as well, and she will join us then at the next meeting in August. There's no objections?
That's a smart move.
Okay, very good. Then the next order of business is the warrants.
Stand by.
Sure.
Trustee Heilenbach moves that the board authorize and ratify payment of the bills identified on the general warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $21,342.35 as presented to this board on the 11th day of July 2023.
I have a motion to approve the general warrants. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Heilenbach, seconded by trustee DeCassola, to approve the general warrants for July 2023 in the total amount of $21,342.35. And Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee DeCassola.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. Motion is carried.
Motion by trustee Heilenbach that the board ratify and authorize payment of the amounts indicated on the following warrants. The utility warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $737.35. The payroll warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $18,678.12. The health warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $2,983.42. The general assistance warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $7,229.89. And the food pantry warrant for July 2023 in the amount of $1,336.17. All of the above presented to the board this 11th day of July 2023.
Thank you. I have a motion to accept the warrants Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Hollenbach, seconded by trustee DeCassola, to approve the following warrants for July 2023. Utility in the amount of $737.35. Payroll in the amount of $18,678.12. Health warrant in the amount of $2,983.42. General assistance warrant in the amount of $7,229.89. Food pantry warrant in the amount of $1,336.17. Clerk Reyes, would you please call the roll on those?
Sure. Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee Heilenbach.
Yes.
Trustee DeCosta.
Yes.
Supervisor Wilt.
Yes. I would just, before we move on, oh, the motion is carried. Since you also have the financials in your packet right there, I just want to highlight the fact that I did make the changes to the accounts, to the money market accounts, so you will note that we have a much greater influx of interest income, and so that should help in our budgeting going forward, because I don't know when we'll have tax money again, since it appears that fall tax bills will again be late.
Terrific.
All right, so,
That's about right.
that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh, I'm sorry, were there any, yes, were there any public comments? Did you want to say anything? No? No? Okay. We don't often have an audience, so I wanted to give you the opportunity. All right. Thank you very much. Then, I have a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, nay. Motion is carried.